entrepreneur. And he said, I give them great advice and then they don't listen. So what's up? And it's beliefs. So we're writing a book. It's almost finished. It's in the editing phase. It's called Self-Made, the guide to entrepreneur something, I don't know. But anyway, so that's coming out. But what I have is a program called Natural Confidence. And when you go to the free belief, if you eliminate the belief for free, there's a program with 19 of the most common self-esteem beliefs that people have, and you can do it. It's very inexpensive, and you can do it as a self-help kind of a thing. Of course, I do sessions, and we have courses. We didn't get into this. We can have another podcast, which I'd love to talk about meaning. All of our feelings and emotions come from the meaning we give events. And we've discovered a couple of amazingly quick techniques to help you get rid of the meaning in the moment so that the emotion, the negative emotion goes away and you can be effective. So it takes you from a victim state to a generative state like nothing I've ever seen. So we have a course called the Occurring Course. So we got lots of stuff at lefkoeinstitute.com. Recreate Your Life is where the free belief is. It's a different website.
Well, it sounds like you just committed to coming back on the show, which I think is wonderful. I'm captivated by your content and your message. So thank you so much for that and sharing it with our listeners. I'll make sure to put your website on the show notes. And, a couple of people you'd mentioned, Jim Quick, we talked about that before we started recording. What a wonderful person, great content. If you're not familiar with Jim Quick, you can find him on Instagram, throwing out free value all day, every day there. He's got a wonderful podcast, and he's a guest on many, many podcasts, a lot of my friends like David Meltzer. So please look out for Jim Quick. And then just for you, Shelly, I met Jack Canfield probably in the late 80s in Hawaii. I was working for In-N-Out Burger at the time, and he spoke to the group, and he said something that resonated, and this is why I'm bringing it up. He said that the average person watches enough TV that you could get 3 to 4 master's degrees in the same amount of time. I turned my TV off and left it off for 10 years after that because of the power of that message.
Wow. I must tell him that. Oh, that's so great. But I want to also say one last thing about that. What I said at the beginning when we started talking at the beginning, I said, I love the name of your podcast, Say Yes, because one of the greatest compliments I ever got was a friend said to me, what I love about you is that you're a yes. And I say, just say yes to life. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about, just looking silly. Just say yes to life. Grab life by the proverbials and say yes to life. So I'm really happy to be on your show, and I love what you do.
Well, I appreciate that. I wish the world could see your smile right now, and thank you for that compliment on the show. And let's just say a lot more yeses in the world. If you're at the coffee shop, say hello to the person in line in front of you or behind you. Say yes to the opportunity to meet somebody, make a difference in their lives, pass the show along, whatever's going to change the narrative. And I'll end on this. Shelly, you said yes. You, as you mentioned earlier in the show, you just had one of your best years ever. I've been saying yes the last 3 years doing what I'm doing right now. I've had my best 3 years ever. And I think it's a result of not limiting ourselves and saying yes to what's in front of us. So thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to today's show. It is my pleasure and honor to interview all of the guests that have been on the Answer is Yes podcast. If you have enjoyed the show, please go on iTunes and subscribe, give a rating, or simply tell a friend about the show. We also believe in the message of our guests and the positive influence of their stories. As my own mentor and coach, David Meltzer, has taught me, spend some time every day thinking and writing about the things in your own life that you have more than enough of. You will find out how blessed we really are. Please visit my website, livelifedriven.com, for the latest updates about me and what I'm doing, Plus, I post a monthly blog about the many topics on this show. This podcast can also be found there. As I learned early on in life, what you believe is what you will achieve. Thanks, Mark Victor Hansen, and thank you, and have a great week.